it's Christina from Creations with Christina, and we are now starting our next Cricut Cartridge series. In this series, we're going to be working on the Sweet Treats Cartridge. So I thought I would combine my basics video with the with a project. But first, let's just go over some of the functions that the cartridge has. This cartridge is just so cool. It has a lot of stuff on it. It has layers and shadow blackout, has a tag, cards, cupcake holder, and party favors. So today we're going to work on the cards feature. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to be cutting out the present card, which is on page 48 of the manual, and we're going to start by cutting out the card. So I'm cutting everything out at 5.5 inches, and I'm using just a pretty thin white cardstock. So I'm going to change my pressure on this down to high, and I'll change my blade to 5. So we're going to hit the cards function key, the present, and everything for this again is at 5.5 inches. Okay, so the next thing we're going to cut out is the layer for the present. So we're going to cut that out now on this pattern paper. So we're just going to turn my cards key off. I'm going to hit Shift, Present, and then I'm going to cut. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to cut out is, because I want it also on this pattern paper, is the layers key for the bow. So we're just going to go ahead and cut that out. So we're going to hit Layers, Shift, and the present. Okay, so the next thing we're going to cut out is the layer key, and what that is the top of the present. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that out. So we're going to hit Layer, no Shift key, the present. Okay, so the last thing we're going to cut out is just the regular present function key. So we're just going to make sure all of our layers are off. I'm going to hit Present, and everything is cut at 5.5 inches. Okay, so now that we have everything cut out, we're going to go ahead and assemble our card. And just so you know that the 5.5 inches does fit into a regular A2 size envelope. So this is the card folded in half, and see, it fits perfectly. So I'm thinking I might use this as an invitation. My son's birthday is coming up next month, so maybe I'll use this as the invitation for his party. So let's go ahead and start assembling our card. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my layer here to the front of my present, and I'm just going to use my two-way glue, and this is just Stampin' Up! Two-way glue. And that'll get just adhered right to the front of my card. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add and now I know I cut this out in the same color as the base, but what I want to do is actually pop it up using dimensional. So the front of the card has a little bit of interest to it. So I'm just going to add a couple dimensionals. And I'm just going to line that up and adhere it right to the top of my card. Okay, so see, that gave it just a little bit of depth to it. The next thing I'm going to do is I cut out the center part for my bow in the same pattern as I did my present, and because this is I've already used dimensionals there, I'm going to need to pop this with 2 dimensionals. So there's one, and then I'm just going to adhere the other one right on top of that one. So this way it's up higher than the other. Okay, and then the last thing I'm going to do is adhere my little accent right here. And again, I did cut that out using the same pattern paper. There we go. And then the last thing I'm going to do is go ahead and adhere this right to the front of my card. So I'm just sorry about the huge ATG gun coming in there. I'm just going to go ahead and add my adhesive. And then I'm going to line this up right on the front of my card, starting at the top with my bow, so I know I have it all lined up okay. And there we go. And then you could just stamp here, you're invited, or happy birthday, or if you want to cut out a happy birthday, you're invited, you can go ahead and do that. So, okay, thanks for watching another episode of Creations with Christina. I'll see you next time. Bye!